conserve, and entropy, which is a measure of disorderness, it goes on increasing. Here also it goes on increasing. Here also the no material body can travel faster than light, except mind. Your mind can travel faster than light. None can think you that at this moment you are at here, in the next moment you are in Bombay, or you are in heaven, or you are in heaven. I am not telling the negative sense. In good place. So mind travel faster than light. So this thing is preserved, so you don't treat that it is unrealistic. It is just a storytelling or something like that. It is previously you were thinking it is a Gus experiment. It is already academic luxury. It is only confined in the book. It cannot go to the and also people thinking that it is a thought experiment. Even though that these are the thought experiment, not the real experiment, but it is not confined to thought. Now it has crossed all the negative boundaries of the quantum mechanics, and it is also useful. It has come to the laboratory. Tomorrow it will come to the commando. So it is not a fiction or magic or storytelling. It is reality. It is amidst the probability, it is the reality. Okay. Next. Now, why quantum computation? It is governed by Moore's law. Actually, what happened? We are gradually, the size, if you come from the vacuum tube, on the left side, then IC, integrated semiconductor device, integrated circuit, then VLSI. So gradually number of chips per unit area goes on increasing. That means complexity of the computer goes on increasing. That is why size is drastically reduced. Size drastically reduced means large number of circuits can be embedded at a small place. At a small place without any dissipation of heat or something like that. Without noise. Without any noise or dissipation of heat. The technology is so developed that large number of ICs from integrated circuit, you go VLSI, very large scale integration. That makes the time to be drastically reduced. And Moore's law says that, and we are now, the transistor cannot be made smaller. And forward, we cannot make transistor smaller because of quantum mechanics. If it becomes still smaller, transistor will be governed not by classical. It will go PNP, NPN transistor. They will be governed by quantum. There is some limit of reducing the size. If the size becomes smaller, classical mechanics fail. That is why you need quantum mechanics. And also number of integrated circuit and silicon. Silicon cannot meet the demand. We are now in a post-silicon era. Present, you might be knowing much better than me. It is a silicon base. We are in a Silicon Valley. Silicon based technology. So now that is already existed. So we have to think of post-silicon era. Transition cannot make simpler. And in 2020, the price has been flattened. So you have to think of what is the other way. Reducing to come to some stage. Then it will be governed by quantum theory. So quantum computation is must. Next. And you see, number of transistors doubles after every 2 years. That happens from the 2000 last every 2 years. Number of chips per unit area or volume goes on doubling. So size becomes, if the number of chips goes on increasing, drastically. So next. Yeah, the idea of computational device based on the quantum mechanics emerged when scientists were thinking of the fundamental limit of computation. So, as you know, the complexity of the computer grows exponentially with time. More precisely, it doubles every year. More precisely, it doubles every 2 years or every year, like that. So next, the law has been obeyed fast by 30 and last 30 years, Maurice holds good. But now, in future, it will be quantum effect will become very prominent. That they will have considerable effect upon the computation and should not be neglected. So as you go on reducing the size, you have to take care of quantum mechanics. And the devices must be, you cannot have 0 and 1, 0 or 1. You should have 0 and 1. So that is the necessity of entering into the quantum computation. Next. The present high-speed computer, as you say, I have already told, the present high-speed computer is fundamentally no different from his ancestor, which is equipped with 18,000 vacuum tube, 500 miles wiring, to till today. Even supercomputer also governed by classical. Law is principle is classical, bit by bit, step by step, all step together. Size reduction, speed is increased. If there are 2 bits, there are 4 steps. Suppose there are 2 bits, 0, 1. So what are the possible combinations? 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. So a 2-bit computer, 2-qubit computer has to take 4 steps. What is the difference between the previous computation, present computation? These 4 steps takes longer time. Now these 4 steps take shorter time. Just like transportation. Before going to Bhubaneswar, it takes 8 hours. Now it is 3 hours. It is because of speed. But road is same, technology is the same, everything is same. Okay. So if technology continue to abide by Moore's law, thinking the circulating silicon chip would eventually reach to a point where individual element would no longer be few atoms. If you drastically reduce the size, individually elements of the which are the fundamental building blocks of the computer will be no larger than few atoms. When it is no larger than few atoms, they come to the what you call to the quantum. Yes. And this is also another thing which I told. And because of this also, quantum computation has a sudden peak, delta peak, of the subject of the academic necessity. Previously it was academic luxury. Now it is academic necessity. Generally, today's luxury is tomorrow's necessity. When phone was there, we think that it is luxury. But now we can't survive without it. When WhatsApp is there also, we are thinking that it is luxury. And when then now it is become today's luxury is tomorrow's. So next. Yeah, more computer scientists, same thing, different language. Because unless the things repeat, if one recipient is not in a mood to understand, another chance would be given to understand. So same things could be written in a different language. So that next, the problem arose because of atomic scale, quantum mechanics, not classical, they are quantum. Next. In quantum computer, you exploit the quantum effect of compute and faster, which is impossible in a classical computer. Sometimes it is completely impossible. We can't think of the problem doing in a classical computer. But in quantum computation, it is a recipe. It is an. I will give you an example. Yeah, this the basic previous slide. Yeah, the advantage of conventional property is called superposition. Now, this is we start superposition, entanglement, coherence, parallelism. These are the building blocks, but these are the language. So we take the help of superposition. There are plenty of slides there we can explain you. Next. And this is the history. Actually, the history of the quantum computation is not now. It has gone back to 1982, Feynman. He proposed the idea of creating machine based on law of quantum mechanics instead of, in 1982, he had a vision that there is a plenty of room. Even 1957 he wrote, there is plenty of room at the bottom. Don't think larger and larger. If you go on reducing the size to the atomic size, you exploit a single atom as a component, single atom. So that is why he is told there is a plenty of room at the bottom. In 85, David developed quantum Turing machine showing that quantum circuits are universal. Circuit. So you are having the electronic circuit, logic gate, circuit. It is also possible. Similarly, these two persons as they did a 94-97 solve. He came up with quantum algorithm of a factor large number of polynomial time, and Grover developed quantum search algorithm so that the complexity will be root over n. That means if you have a database of n star, suppose there is a database of 100 people with their respective mobile number. They are completely disordered, not arranged alphabetically or number of items, something like that. So 100 person in the left side, 100 mobile number in the right. I will tell you, give me the mobile number of Mr. X. So you have to search the one that is not properly organized. So it will take you time. And normally, on an average, you have to take n by 2 m. If the 100 data is there, on an average, you have to take n by. Sometimes it may be less than n by 2. If you are lucky, if you are unlucky, it may go more than n by 2. Suppose you are personal X mobile number. How can you choose? Then alphabetically X by 2. So you have to go one by one. So on an average, you have to take n by 2. By your practical, you cannot do your practical computation. How to choose you are the right person. But quantum computation will take you root over n. Right? N by 2 root over n. N by if it is 100, it is 50. Root over n is 10. So getting 10 attempts, you check. Getting 50 attempts or 60 attempts, you check. So drastically, the time is reduced. So it is what you call the Grover algorithm. He has given a formula so that the sets number will be drastically reduced by 1. Similarly, if there is a 1 lakh rupees, 1 lakh people's mobile number with 1 lakh. Then also it will be accordingly drastically reduced. Second thing is, suppose you want to factorize, multiply very. If I say multiply 3,460 multiply 2,470. Within a fraction you can do. Either pen or computer or a calculator like. But that multiplication 3 into 5 is 15. But 15 is equal to 3 into 5. That is very difficult. 15 mentally because your common intelligence is there. So suppose factorizing is a very big. And that factorizing, how can you factorize 6 digits, 7 digits? And what are the different suppose it is 120. It is 10 into 2, 2 into 10, 4 into 5. All possible factorization will be there. That is also one of the important problems in computer science. Factorization with all possible combinations. That could be done by quantum computation with high speed, less time. That technique is called the Bohr algorithm or Grover, or whichever maybe my follow slides will tell you which one is. But these are the two major problems that has been handled. Not now, in the 1997. It is not new. Even 2003-4 also, as I told, when was the IIT to NIT era, at that time, setting a experimental lab in NIT Rourkela was also very tricky. Because fund flow is not that easy. So what do you do? Something has to do. So we were thinking of doing quantum computation. And at that time also some project students they were given. So I also started, but where money was not a problem, converted into experimental. Now also this is a problem. Now, because of the edge factor, our mobility is reduced. Experimental means you have to go left by left, do, and like again, sitting house, do something. You see, don't try to remain idle. Do something, whichever may be possible. So that again got my attention, and I am giving. Anyway, next. Yeah. Now you see, classical reality. First 2 points are what? Surname is, title is classical reality to quantum paradox. Two poems. These 2 poems are quantum paradox to quantum reality. Paradox to reality to paradox, paradox to reality. And amount to paradox to reality. A to B maybe, B to C maybe. Is equal to A to C maybe. So reality to reality. Sorry, not paradox. Reality to paradox. Paradox to reality. So reality to reality. That means classical reality and quantum, which is our achievement. So these two are the quantum mechanics made a quantum jump, doctrine of belief and reality to quantum belief. Previously it was just a belief, thought experiment. Now it is real. No more in the domain of perception and thought. Now quantum mechanics is not in the domain of perception and thought. It is in the laboratory. Got techno status and respect. Now quantum computation got the technology status, respect. It was in a thought stage. Now it entered the laboratory. Then it is prototype. Then it will come to industry. Then it will go to the government. Same thing happens. Any scientific achievement start with life. Ultimate user is the cause. It should come to the service. So before coming to the use of the service, any technology has its own difficult type. First thought, then prototype, then design, then modeling, then something. Ultimately, it will come to the maybe also the your mobile. So non-local effect becomes more important. High-tech industry needs subtle quantum effect. It is now a high-tech industry. Quantization of orbit by Hunt's rule, spin concept, purely quantum, no classical deal. You know, electron has two types of motion. One is orbital motion, other is spin motion. Orbital motion has a classical analogous as if Earth is moving around the sun. But there are plenty of electron is orbiting around the nucleus. There are many examples, very round or something. But spin motion is completely quantum. There is no classical similarity. Quantum mechanics is the solution of all classical inadequacy, explains greater degree of accuracy, carrying electron microscope, or the outcome of the quantum result. Now, quantum theory is supreme in the true sense and useful. Quantum tunneling based device to miracle. There is a quantum tunneling, you know, superconducting fluid devices, and they are also the quantum tunneling. Quantum tunneling is an experiment. Even though the energy of the particle is less than the potential barrier, the particle can tunnel the barrier. Sometimes what happens? How much the particle will go from region 1 to region 2. Suppose in region 1 and region 2, there is a barrier. Barrier means potential barrier. Just like, you know, brick wall. Just like there is a brick wall between the garden and the road. But if the brick wall height is more than human jumping, high jump, then somebody cannot come. Similarly, if the potential barrier is very high and electron energy is less than E, the electron cannot jump the barrier. It is not common. But quantum theory tells, even though the energy is less than V, it can tunnel the barrier. It can tunnel the barrier and come out of the barrier. This is what is the peculiarity of quantum tunnel. So quantum theory, what they will do, which is not possible in classical. which is not possible in classical. Suppose suppose in museum or there is something park or something. Suppose a tiger is there, and you want to see the tiger, but you want to be very safe from the tiger. So what do? You have to make a wall of considerable height so that the tiger cannot jump. But if God, so you will be safe outside the area. You can enjoy the tiger, but tiger cannot. That happens in you and but if the God will make him a quantum tiger, immediately the tiger will come out barrier and not kill if you are not a quantum man. Both are become quantum, then it is a problem. So if the tiger size is reduced to the nanoscale, you can kill it. No doubt. So there is no fear. But if God will, both will be tiger quantum and also visitor quantum, then there is a problem. So tunneling is possible. Quantum tunneling is possible. That is a very good example. Just like alpha particle comes out, the very good example is alpha particle radioactivity. You might be knowing alpha, beta, gamma. They are coming out of the nucleus. But why they are not coming before? There is a potential barrier of the nucleus. Nucleus is objecting them not to go by its potential field. But sometimes what happens? They tunnel the barrier and they come out during radioactivity. Alpha particle tunnel the barrier. So quantum tunneling, similarly Cooper pair tunnel through the Josephson junction. There is big physics, quantum tunneling. That means impossible will become possible. Unthinkable will become thinkable. Unreachable will become reachable. Quantum is such a peculiar phenomenon. Everything is possible. Everything is possible. If you have a willpower, Lambu Panghati, even though you are a lamb, you can mount the climb. Even though you are a dumb, you can speak. If you have a willpower, similarly, quantum has a strong willpower. He can do unthinkable to thinkable. Anyway, so all are the modern gift of quantum concept. Now no more is a virtual lab. Rather, in fact, thought experiments to be realized in practice. Previous thought, God doesn't play dice, to God play dice. Now Einstein first objected quantum theory when it was a probability. He said, do you mean God is playing dice? So he first objected, and now he is the founder of the quantum mechanics. Then accepted, no, God played dice. Is it enough? Is it enough? When other scientists approached with the thought to the Einstein, he rejected it. Telling that, do you mean that it is probabilistic? Everything should be real. Do you mean God is playing dice? Does. Now it becomes dice. So he is the first person who accepted it and also tried to promote the quantum mechanics. First he objected, but many scientists objected. Now they were promoting. Anyway, computer technology evolved immensely over the years. The current trend leans towards quantum computation. This computing approach can help humans solve various complex problems. A conceptual understanding about this technology is necessary even at the best. That is why first of is conceptual understanding. We did it in the first class. So everybody has to understand the conceptual understanding of quantum mechanics at the basic level. And it can solve various complex problems, which you cannot think of classically. Or in classical computer, it can complex. Yes. It reflects computation that uses the principle of quantum physics and deals with the smallest physical unit that exists in human. Common principle applied in quantum system are superposition, entanglement, and quantum interference, decoherence, parallelism, all are. And correlation, entanglement is called also quantum correlation, something like that. As you say, the computing system is found in quantum, a conventional computer. Classical computer deals with bits 0 and 1. Whereas the quantum computation method works in qubit instant. Instead of dealing with one definite problem at a time, it computes numerous possibilities at once. What is the basic difference between the classical computer and quantum computer is classical computer does it if the same problem. But quantum computation, if you do by classical and quantum computation will tell you various possibility of other solutions. Classical computer only will do that problem, but it will tell you various possibility of this problem and what is the relative magnitude. Okay, it is not quick fix. This problem हो गया, इसको दबा देना. It will tell you. Suppose there is an operation. If you handle it quantum mechanically, it will tell you what are the repercussions, what are the other disorder, all various possibilities during a particular computation or particular problem. It will tell you all other possibilities with relative probability, merit or demerit or everything. So it will only not meant for solution only. Quick fixing the solution, solving the problem at anyhow. He will explore what are the other possibilities that can be. Suppose you want to run a business. What is the probability of success? What is the probability of the failure? So it analyzes the problem in a more critical manner. Just quick fixing the problem. It is not quick fixing the problem. It's just not a painkiller. Suppose you have some pain. Painkiller is a quick fixing, just immediate answer. But it will tell you what are the other without everything. Okay. In their language, they can understand that we are not doctor, we are not engineer, we are not. So basically, you can understand that. Next. Quantum computer is expected to be able to deal with more problems instead of counting them. It can simultaneously deal with many problems. Okay. And its calculation possible solution that problem regardless possibility has certain amplitude. But for it to be the right solution. Now, when he explore all the possibilities, the amplitude part of that possibility will tell you what is the relative merit. Because the amplitude varies and square of the amplitude will give you the probability. So it can analyze the problem more critically, give you all possible solutions in a probabilistic language. It is up to you to decide what to do and what not to do, how to venture it or not. Okay. Next. Okay. It is because of when the particle size component of the computer drastically reduced, they show entirely strange property. Example of this strange property, they exist in multiple locations at the same time. What are the other why they do complex problem? Because what are the strange property of the particle when the size is drastically reduced? They have different locations. Electron may be here, electron may be here, electron may be halfway. With relative probability. With relative probability. That is what is called the superposition. But only till one is looking. Remember, once the measurement is made, then it collapses. Wave function collapses. Just like I have given an example. Your friend is searching for his friend's set at a different location. But once he found in the cricket match, wave function collapses. That is called the decode. That is called the searching is also one of the searching and getting. The person who search has one key and the device set. In that case, you are set. But in other case, the computer will set. Searching is one qubit and to be searched. Material is one. It has possibility of 0 and 1 and combination. That has possibility also 0 and 1 combination. But once measurement is made, it comes to 1. Next. Yeah, then there is another property in addition to the, superposition. I just tell you the preliminary definition of superposition. But there are plenty of slides, 5 to 5 slides, to give you an idea what is superposition. Similarly, next one is entanglement. What do you mean by entanglement? If the two particles are entangled, the property of one will be influenced by other, even though they are considerably at larger. Suppose particles interacted for longer time and they separate. By measuring any one property of one, you can decide the property of the counterpart. They are called the quantum entanglement. It is something like quantum twin, just like twin brothers have some common inherent property. Similarly, you can judge that property of one will be influenced by the property of his twin, because they have common property. They do not have individual identity. The entangled particles do not have individual identity. They have the common, just like undivided family. In undivided family, the property of the father is a common property. But once division takes place, it is my house, it is his house, it is my son, it is his son. But so long as they are staying in a common family, both the sons are looking under the same. Grandfather looks same equally. Whatever dishes are there, they share equally. Whatever sweets are brought to the house, they are whether his father came or that father came, there is common property. It's just like a joint. It is just like a joint family. Entangled family. It is just like a joint. None has individual identity. It is the common property. Next, even though they are at the arbitrarily great distance, you see, there was an experiment of twin sisters. Generally, what happened? Two twin sisters, they look almost similar. I mean, you cannot distinguish posteriorly. And the father, what he does, when he purchases any dress, he first asks the shopkeeper, is there any two available or not? If one pair is available, he is not purchasing. Similarly, this can be made. Not a difficult job. Similarly, if he brings anything, he brings two. Same thing. If he gives one load to him, one load. So that sugar intake will also same, posture will be same, nobody will become obese, nobody will become sick. That can be taught. But for your information, which thing cannot be done, then what happened? Their choices are also same, and both got same branch in NIT round. So when they got same branch, the rank is also same. Otherwise, why there? He got electrical, he got electrical. That means rank is not same, but close. And grade mark is almost same. The reason is different. It was experimented here. But my curiosity of getting that similar twin were there somewhere. They got married. So when they married, they separated. So both have a habit of taking pet dog. He is interested for a pet. He is staying in America. He is staying in UK. So she has a pet and she has a pet. And ultimately they gave the same name to their pet. But you may ask that telephone for example, even the liking of keeping pet dog is also retained. Husband happens to be doing both have this daughter may be exactly looking after the same vehicle. So anyway, the example is twin has special entangle. Suppose you have 4 brothers, 2 are twin and 2 are non-twin, and bonding will be among the twin will be. So it's just like that an bond. Okay. So that is called quantum entanglement. Now comes a little difficult. Easy slides are gone. Now you see, as you say, every quantum particle is associated with a wave function, psi. Normally, ket-bra notation, physics student can, anyway, let us say the wave function. That this is called ket notation of psi. That means it is a ideal state. It is what we call ideal. Forget about that. It don't be so serious. Because if I make it so serious, you will stop reading quantum computation. Let us take it very easily. Wave function psi. And the dynamic and that psi is not in our vector, is it real? Vector can be equal to x component, y component, that in the normal. But for the wave function, there is a way called the Hilbert reciprocal. It is a vast dimension, unlike 3-dimensional. It has vast. So wave function is already in quantum system. Wave function is defined in a space. You call it as a Hilbert. Because when you go through the literature, if Hilbert word come, don't be confused. It is a set. It is a just like Cartesian coordinate, polar coordinate. Hilbert. Okay. And this is the question will tell you the Schrodinger equation. It is how wave function develops with time. E by dt of psi is how it develops. As time goes, at t is equal to 0, it is something. At t is equal to t, what happens to this side? At t is equal to t2, what happens to that? So the development of psi, you can know. One form of the mathematical structure of the Schrodinger equation is such that it is a linear and deterministic. If you just go, don't solve it. If you don't go, if you go to the final form of the Schrodinger equation, it is a linear equation. Linear means each term of the equation contains psi. Nowhere psi square, nowhere psi cube. Each term contains psi. Maybe higher derivative of psi. It may be d square psi by dx. Try to understand. D square psi by dx square, d by dx of psi square is different. If term is d by dx of psi square, then other term is d by dx of psi, it is linear. It is not linear. All the term contains psi or it higher derivative of psi, not higher power of psi square. So Schrodinger equation is linear. So because it is linear, at a consequence of linearity and deterministic, psi you can decide what will happen after some time. Deterministic. Psi is deterministic. If you know present psi, you can know after. If you know psi at t0, you can know psi at t. A consequence of the deterministic is that if it is known, then equation can specify all. Because it is deterministic, it is not difficult to know what is the value of psi at later interval. Another property is that quantum evolution is governed by Schrodinger equation, is unity. Now, if you want to learn, if you are interested with quantum computation, first thing is you just bridge your knowledge of quantum mechanics up to BSc level. One BSc level, one ki gote 1.5. If you want something more, you read linear algebra of the mathematical method. Eigenvalue, eigenequation, unitary operator, Hermitian operator, matrix. Because you are out of track, I am telling. For physics student, they are matrix. They are also reading in MS. So for non-physics student, you build your fundamental of most probably linear algebra. You are taught in any semester in almost all universities. Otherwise, you have to get ready. So the operator is unitary. Unitary transformation is such. Physics doesn't change, but the form of transformation. And by unitary transformation, Hermitian operator is Hermitian. Say after unitary transformation is also Hermitian. Expectation value, average value before unitary transformation, after unitary transformation is same. Direction of the vector before unitary, after unitary is same. Angle between two vectors before unitary, after unitary same. Norm, these are the parameters. Transformation हो गया, लेकिन these things remain intact. Try to understand. people go for Asoka Chondasaka. Dharmasaka Chondasaka. I mean, property changing. When he was Dharmasaka, he was pious. When he was Chondasaka, he was very cruel. But unitary transformation is not to making Dharmasaka to Chondasaka. Chondasaka will be Chondasaka or Dharmasaka will be Dharmasaka. But it is of different form. It is of different. That is why it is very useful for what you say, quantum computing. Physics remains same. Indirectly you can say. Physics remains same, but form will be different. Form will be different. So there is a parallel. Say in one form you can attach one qubit. In other form you can attach another qubit. I am interpretation. How far I am telling also. So many ensemble particles can be generated by some unitary transfer. So you have to make your funda clear about the unitary transfer. Only thing is that physics doesn't change. Then the classical to quantum, conservation of energy remains intact, entropy remains intact, none can travel velocity of light. There is nobody to doubt. Nobody has to make quantum. Previously classical, tomorrow you come up another method. But if all these things remain same, doubt will not come about the validity of that theory. So that is why positive. This is positive. Next. Yeah, you see, phi, just like psi, similarly phi is another function, and you have given u is the unit. So by operating the wave function by u phi, u another form. But all property of phi, all property of u phi is unitary is such a transformation, because when you say operator is unitary, then u dagger u is equal to 1. Dagger is nothing but the complex conjugate of u. Or u dagger is equal to 1 by u. Or u dagger is equal to u inverse. So matrix put it. You must have read a matrix somewhere. So when u dagger is equal to u dagger u is equal to unit matrix. Is equal to unit matrix. So that if you take help of unitary matrix and make transformation, either to a operator or it to a wave function, it is not. That is why. And you see, suppose your one state is the psi type, two wave functions, and you made in which side? Side of type completely mystical because I did it, my student did it understand. So that's now taking I that it is not Rite side. It is not subscript or superscript. It is U side. I goes to U side. I goes to U side. And inner product. This product is the inner product. So inner product of psi phi is the same as inner product of U psi U. That means inner product will not change. All other things not doesn't. Okay. Next. Sorry. Next. And as you know, one of the answers, when you go to the quantum mechanics, there are some postulate of quantum. A postulate of quantum mechanics tells that every quantum particle is associated with a wave function. Number one, wave function tells you everything about that. And any wave function can be written as a linear combination of some other orthonormal in wave function. Psi can be written as linear combination of sum over phi. Linear combination of sum over phi means C1 phi 1, C2 phi 2, C3 phi 2. But it's not linear combination. So it is by virtue of the power given by the postulate of quantum mechanics, so not question that a wave function can be written as a linear combination of board name question. Linear combination of where phi is the another complete set of the orthonormal. This is one of the properties of the postulate of quantum mechanics. And the expectation value of the operator is given by cat psi operator and brass. No, brass side, middle में operator and cat side. Its meaning is psi star A side. Let us not go so much of method. Mathematics sometimes ruins the lucidity of the lecture. So too much mathematics is the language of science, but too much mathematics will make you just look into the number of blades in a pen. That is why eye attention should not be lost because of the heavy mathematics. First you try to you understand, then go it. But without mathematics you cannot go far. Okay. So let us not fast track. We should be. Yes. Anyway, an additional postulate of quantum mechanics is that measurement of an observable A which yields one of the eigenvalue A1. Okay, look, before taking a measurement, it is in probabilistic nature. Once the measurement is done, it is not probabilistic, it is confirmed. That is wave function of particle nature, wave nature. It becomes a particle, makes it part. That is called the wave function column. In the language of mathematics, they will say which yields one of the eigenvalue. Once measurement is done, from all possibility, only this possibility C1 mod squared is there. C1 is for A1, but C2, A2, they are not there. Only one eigenvalue because measurement is done. You got position in this one. Corresponding eigenvalue. That is what is called wave function column. Such a transition is obviously impossible to achieve via the norm preserving. So, because of that, there is little problem. Because the wave function collapse after a certain time, there is little problem in quantum computation. It is little problem is it cannot give you a result in a fully deterministic manner. Only it will give you the result in a higher probability. So measurement, you do 100 time measurement of the same thing, you may get 90 times the same one value. 2 times maybe the other thing. So looking to the large number of measurement, if you get the same value, you take this. But other two value what you got may not be rejected. May not be. So ultimately it will give you good. But not as per 1. 3 plus 5 is 8. It's 8. If you add how many different methods you add it, together itself, if 188. But here it's simulated. If the size of the nano particle, but simulation method of this. But if you find the size of the nanoparticle by STM or ATM 100 times, 80 times you get 1 meter. And just 10 to 15 times also you may get 1000. So, but it will tell you, it is the more number of measurements will make you confirm that this will be. Such a transition is obviously next. Okay. And actually expectation now to deal with, you have to take a density operator and the expectation value of this is what is called the density operator. Next, let us not go much mathematics. Okay. In spite of the apparent data, okay, look, in spite of apparent manifestation of coding, you know, your precise knowledge of size is confirmed. But probability may not be as precise as you think of. Okay. Next. Let us stop it. But you see, whenever you feel some problem, you don't stop there. You keep the problem with. Einstein told a complex problem can be made simpler, not simplest. The problem is complex. Why you go for a computation? And why also you go for what? Quantum computation, leaving all classical computation aside. If you go to an expert doctor, leaving all nearby doctors, it is complicated. No. But what that expert doctor will do, he is not a god. He will make the problem simpler, not because of his expertise, looking to the same type of disease 1,000 times, because he is expert to this disease. He will, what is the difference between a conventional doctor with an expert in that case? He will make the problem a little simpler, not simpler. Since the quantum mechanics is a rescue, quantum computation is a rescue, means the problem is complex. Because the problem is complex, he will make you simpler. You see, what is quantum? It is just classical 0, 1 quantum. You see, qubit is the classical bit. 0, 1 is separate. 0, 1 is separate. But here it is 0, 1 in the same step. This sphere has some name. Don't worry about that. It is entangled. It is entangled. Yes. You see, what is special about quantum computer? Classical bit 0, 1. Quantum bit, there is some probability that it is quantum state 0 by root 2 plus 1 by, it is called the superposition state. In classical, as I say, either 0 or 1, there is no other way. In quantum, you see, there is a superposition state 0 plus 1 by root of 1. It is called this. And you see, our 1 bit classical is 0, 1. Whereas our 2 bit, either it is 0 or 1. But quantum bit, this is classical bit, this is quantum bit, it is 0, 0, 1, 0. And you see, either 0 or 1, try to understand. Either 0 or 1, but it is 1 out of 2 to the power n. For n is equal to 2, it is 1 out of 4. What is 1 4? 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1. So it is 2 to the power. So if the number of bits is 2, classical computer is either 0, 1. Am I clear now? Quantum computation is 1 out of 2 to the power 10. Here it is 2 to the power 2. So, you see, in classical computer, if your input will be 2, output is also input 0, 1, output is 2. But in quantum computation, their input is 2, 0, 1, output is 4. 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0. This is simplified. Now from n is equal to 3, or h is equal to 3, input will be 8. If n is equal to 5, input will be 35, 32, 2 to the power 5. So input 5, output 32. So is it not high gain? That means to amount to say, which a classical computer will attempt 32 times. So this is a problem. You write a system of high. Classical computer has to attempt 32 times. Quantum computer will do all 32 times. So it makes you saving up time. That is, as you say, the 100 qubit quantum computer is equivalent to supercomputer. Is equivalent to supercomputer. So in a small click, all 32 computers will act simultaneously in the quantum network. Whereas for a classical computer, you need to repeat 32 times. And you add them 32 computers simultaneously, which they talk. In supercomputer, whatever. You need more computers, but they talk among them. What computer 1 is doing, computer 32 know. What computer 32 know, computer 34, 29 know. They logically, in circuit logic gate, they know, they talk among them. Whereas in quantum computation, all will work together. All will work. If you want another humorous example, I will tell you. In this, suddenly, Ravana, how many heads? It is not 10 heads. Heat, that means that implies how many percent 10 heads in something. Either it may be 11 or because 11 होने से भी एक 5 this side हम तो हो नहीं सकते ना 10 होने से. Here is that his intelligence genius is 10 times the normal. Ravana is very genius, very intelligent. If you give some problem, what 10 people think, he himself can, because his brain, his mind, his brain is 10 times smarter than any other. That is why you call it, what is called? Since the Durga has how many head, then it means all. So that means he can do 10 work. Goddess Durga, that says he can do 10 work. But we people do, even though we say this is not religious, your friend or your mother will tell, no, don't do in this hand. You treat that this is the only religious hand and this is not religious. What is the what harm we done? So you do only pick one side and you do fry kitchen. But if you go to the eatery shop, somebody is ordering pakda, somebody is ordering gobi. Both the customer are said, they do both hand equal. That means multiple organ means they do parallelly. They do parallel. Or if we do first something you do right hand and left hand is right hand. Then you do something in the left hand, right hand. And you are not doing both at a time. Most of it. Not doing something. I am not giving that example. But it is called the law of parallel. Law of parallel. Okay. Next. Rather than performing each calculation in turn on the current single state of the bit as a classical computer does, quantum computer sequence of qubit can be in every possible combination of 1 and 0. Every possible combination of, suppose there is a 5 bit, then one state will be 0, 0, 0, all 5 0. Other will be 4, 0, 1. Other will be 4, 0, 1 inside. Other will be 4, 0, 1 third place. Other will be like that. There will be a or okay, many quantum algorithms are non-deterministic. They find many different solutions in parallel, only one of which can be measured so that they provide correct solution with only certain known probability. So all solutions they can give you with certain probability. So the solution with the highest probability, you take it as you take it as a running the calculation several times will increase the chances of finding correct answer, but also may reduce quantum computing speed advantage. Okay. If you run several times, you may get correct answer, but also computing speed time will be reduced. So there are some demerits, but demerit is very negligible. It's not that in 10% merit is there. Okay. Challenges are there. You see, how to present, you see, this is what you call zero state. Here the electron is in the S closest orbit. Suppose you can say the ground state. Zero, when it goes to get the electron, second figure is 1. So if you call it as a 0, you call it as a 1. This is an example. Now a ground state is some S, E, subcell. So S, E, D, or K, L, N, subcell. So an electron in the lower state, you take 0. Immediate action, you take it. This is one example of it. And what will be the total wave function? A1A plus A2. A1 is equal A1 A2. What is the probability of A1? A1 mode square. What is the probability of A2? A2 mode square. And what will be the sum of the probability? A1 mode square plus A2 mode square is equal to 1. So A1, A2 must be such. A1 mode square plus A2 mode square will be, that is called this. That is called the next entanglement. Entanglement is the ability of quantum system to exhibit correlation between the state within the superposition of two states. It can entangle the problem. Okay. Imagine two qubits, each of state 0 and 1. Superposition of 0, 1 is there. Then we can entangle the two qubits such that the measure of one qubit is always correlated with the measurement of the other. Suppose 0 and 1 are the two qubits, they are in superposition of state. Measurement of C1 will be correlated with the measurement of C. Because C1 square, C2 square must be 1. So it is correlated. It cannot be equal. It cannot be equal. So, even the far area, any property of 1 is governed by the inverse value. They do not have independent. Then classically bits move with 0, 1. The problem is in strings of zeros and 1. Therefore, the process of computation is logically manipulate 0 and 1. Yeah, it's like aggregate. Practically any problem given is given in 0 and 1. And what are the possible bits? Maybe no current, some current. No current 0, some current 1. Pulse 0 to 1. No 0, yes 1. Charging 1, discharging 0. Magnetization 1, demagnetization or reverse or also reverse. In the polarization, depolarization, spin up, spin down, and ground state excited. These are the. And how to hold them? You need the metal to hold the qubit. The realization that two eigenstate given ground state and excited state can be mapped into logics of 0 or 1 because it is the quantum mechanics. Logical operations, quantum computation are implemented on quantum bits. The basic data. That is very high. Next. Okay. The fact that a qubit can exist in a general coherent superposition of the eigenstate gives the mean possibility for the computation. Qubit states can be superposed state. Next. What is intrinsically different about quantum computation? The answer lies inherently quantum physics like quantum superposition and entanglement. These are the basic things. There is intrinsic parallelism in quantum computer because of the entanglement. Because of the entanglement, parallelism comes. Parallelism means all computers are simultaneous, not one after the other. Not one after the other. This is saying alpha A plus beta 1, alpha square plus beta square is equal to 1. In a classical bit, a bit can be set either 0 1, but in quantum bit, it can be either linear combination of 0 and 1 with sum over alpha square plus sum over beta square is equal to 1. It is right number to organize it. My student is not done. Your own brain, none can steal your brain. Your brain is your brain. So, even though he is very reliable, but when person changes, brain changes. Okay. No two intellectual brain follow the same. No two intellectual brain follow the same trajectory. They will have different opinions. That's why they quarrel among them. So they are not genius, they accept everything. Accepting everything is very easy. Okay. Anyway, go ahead. Three important divisions of the computer. You have to develop area to house qubit, to hold qubit. If it is a magnetic system, magnetic material. If it is a spin system, spin up, spin down. If it is a trapped ion, they can hold qubit. And if it is also topological insulator, there are many material science, material they can hold qubit. And approach to transfer signal, classical, and you need a, even though you run a quantum computer, you need a classical computing machine to send instruction towards the system. For the quantum system, to send information, you need a classical computing system. So you cannot completely avoid classical computing. Through classical computing, you feed inference. Okay, just like it is Ripple. When a small hospital doctor unable to solve the disease, they are referring to the higher hospital. Then the classical computer will refer. Your way, this problem I only there is feeding the you need. How you feed, that is your job, my job. Okay. Quantum superposition, you know, psi is equal to Q1 psi 1 plus C2 superposition state. Well, superposition principle is applied no more than one quantum. Let's say the system of two interacting particles are in entangled state. So, to understand the entanglement and superposition simultaneously, there is an experiment you call I decade dead. Yeah, C1 decade dead, C2 undecayed alive. This is an experiment. This experiment is called Schrodinger not experiment. This is a not experiment. You see, next. Next. You see, this is what is for a very good example of quantum. Look, suppose there is a atom, there is a radioactive substance. What radioactive substance do? They will emit alpha, beta, gamma. Very important. Remember, radioactivity is a spontaneous process and it is a probabilistic. It's not that you can confirm, you will wait for 1 hour that you will get alpha particle, that 1 hour you will not get it. If you go just half an hour, 1 minute outside at that time, it will take place of its own, spontaneous phenomenon. It will take place of its own time, not affected by the environment. Not affected by environmental. I think temperature is alpha value, beta value, it is spontaneous. Probably. It is a because alpha, beta, gamma particle is to tunnel the area of the potential. Potential area to tunnel the tunneling. It is a called the tunneling. Now, when the ultimate, when the radioactive substance is decayed, that means one atom decay. That this is a poison. Poison is there. And there is a hammer. Outside there is a hammer. Try to understand. This example is the best example to understand what is superposition and when there is a decay of the atom to radioactive, the hammer will fall down and poison will product. Poison will be vaporized. Cat will die. If it is not decay, cat will be alive. Everything inside the dark. Everything inside the dark. You are outside. You don't know when radioactive happens. You don't know whether atom is what are the two states of atom? Decay and decay. What are the two states? Either atom decay or anti. What are the two states of decay? Alive or dead? Either alive or dead. So it becomes each one is a 2 kb. So now what happened? And it is open. So there are possibilities. Just to put this slide. I1 will be what? Decayed dead. If it is decayed, it is dead. T1 close. T2 side is equal to undecayed alive. Undecayed. So decayed dead and undecayed alive. They live in a superposition. They live in a superposition. But once you open the door, either it is decayed or undecayed. Both collapse into one. Both collapse into one. That is what is called the wave function collapse. When measurement is done when the door is open. When the door is open. Either one goes. If it is decayed, it must be dead. If it is undecayed, it will be. This is what is called this. What is the another thing you can understand. Sorry. Supervision and enhancing will be interference. That is a fact of right. Next. And you see, next. Previous. You see, this is what is called double slit experiment. In double slit experiment, what happened? There are two slits. Now, when two slits are open, you will get interference pattern. Alternate dark, bright, dark. Double slit experiment must have done. Bright, dark, bright. What do you mean by bright? Photon reaches there. What do you mean by dark? Photon could not reach there. If you close any one slit, no interference. So uniform bright. Simply. If one slit is open, uniform bright. Interference And there is interference means what? Redistribution of energy. Redistribution of. And for them to coherent for interference, we need two coherent sources. Two coherent sources. The light is there, light will go. Now the question arises. When one slit is closed, and both slits are open, in the dark source, photon could not reach dark source, not bright source. But one slit is closed, photon reach. It is not correct. Room door was open, the thief could not enter the room. When one door is closed, it is paradoxical. It is not. It is paradoxical. Now, to solve the paradoxical, what was thought? No, it is whether it is wave nature or particle nature, that is also doubtful. You thought, no, it is particle nature. Let us reduce the intensity of the source so that one photon will be. At a time, one photon. So, at a time, one photon will go. Either it will go by slit A or through by slit B. So, if we go by slit A, what is the role of slit B? And if there is an interference, and there is an interference, there is a dark side. You can get that. So, if you reduce the number of photons one at a time, you can either go by one or go by two. So, two slits are there, but number of photons is one. Eta butter, you throw it. Either it will go by one or it will go by two. But why there is a dark spot? What is the role of B when there is one photon? That is also protection. Then it goes from, no, it is only one photon at a time, but it can be linear superposition of left hand polarized and right hand polarized. So there is a possibility that it is left hand polarized. There is a possibility that photon is polarized, right hand polarized. So it may be P1 left hand polarized photon, plus P2 right hand polarized photon, and these two interfere. That is where we are getting to. That is also an example of linear and linear. So both original gate experiment and double slit experiment. They well-known phenomenon in the quantum entanglement and there is a small one. It is not peptide. It is solid. Same concept. Solid is not a biological logic. It is virtual experiment perceived with form. No, this is not the real. It is virtual. What are the two qubits? One qubit is the atom, other qubit is the K. But K is not a quantum particle. It is one. But it is a particle. It is a particle. K was class radiation source in a box. K is alive or dead. Alive and dead. This is it. It is alive or dead. So when the box is open, it is either one. It is either one. When the box is closed, it is both. And box is open, either dead or alive. It's not classical. When it is closed, it may be alive, may be dead. Decayed nucleus release poison kills the cell. Non-decayed nucleus kills the poison cell. If it is decayed, it is killed. If it is non-decayed, now you can understand. Yes. Same thing I explained in interference term. Probability wave function add, but probability do not add. This is also one of the experimental tests by the basic entity. Superposition and entanglement is the basic entity for the quantum problem. Next. Quantum entanglement. The ability of the quantum system to achieve correlation. Quantum entanglement is also quantum correlation. Quick quantum correlation. Imagine we can entangle two bits such that measurement of one qubit is always correlated with the measurement of quantum. Same thing. Entanglement is a characteristic of quantum mechanical system. Has no classical. Classical entanglement is no classical concept. In the entangled it will also no classical analog. Two entangled particles have joint property rather than individual. Next. Members of entangled state do not have their own individual pure state. It is purely a mixed. It is a mixed. In a measurement scenario, entangled state exists between the system and measuring apparatus. So now, if you, here there are two atom and a cake. Here there are two. Split one, split two. But here what? Suppose you take measurement by microscope. So the atom what you see is one and microscope is other. Other exists between the entangled object behave as if they were connected to one another, no matter how far they are. Even though they are far apart, one property influences the other. Suppose you say electron and positron. They are two entangled particles. Because one is particle, other is particle. They interacted for a longer time and they separate. So NASA will it went that way, it went that way. Now somebody caught the electron and measure it. Suppose it's spin is out. Then you need not measure the spin of the powder. The spin must be up. Because this spin, if it is down, this spin must be up. Because the property of spin of one influences the property of the spin of two. If you measure, you will get that. If you measure, you will get that. That is what is called Spokey action at the distance. Einstein told it Spokey action at a distance. Even though they are far away, they talk. They talk. Okay. Just like you say, seeing is believing. Another concept. Classical concept of seeing is believing. They feeling it because even though you don't see, you have to believe. Because it is quantum mechanically entangled. Seeing is believing is classically proven. Spokey action at a distance is the concept for quantum. Entanglement can be created, can be destroyed, can be manipulated, can be quantified. Okay. If it is between two subsystems, it is called diparty. If it is more than two, multiparty. It may be localized, zero temperature and final temperature. Now, it is how much they entangle, whether they entangle or not, that depends upon the temperature also. Because they are very light particles. Small thermal fluctuation will destroy the entanglement. This is not feeling, no listening, no is so bonded that none can destroy. But these entangled particles are very light particles. So even the temperature fluctuation noise can destroy the entanglement. Even the magnetic field also can destroy the entanglement. Example, in the magnetic solid, interacting spin system, ground state and thermal states are identical. The magnetic system and temperature, thermal, all are ground state. All the particles in the ground state and excited state, they can be entangled. One. Similarly, if an electron is ejected from the electron to conduction band and the whole state, hole and electron, they are entangled. Yeah. Amount of entanglement can be changed by changing the temperature and external magnetic. So, if you manipulate, you can modify, you can increase the number of entanglement, you can decrease it by varying temperature, magnetic. If it is a spin system, magnetic. If it is excited state, downstream system, it can be thermal energy, it can go to the excited state. That is it. These are the entanglement. Pin down, pin down. Even particle up down or also in an inclined. Yes. There is a lot of methods because it is entangled state is not a pure state. It is mixture. And what type of mixture? It is what we call the thermal statistical. It is not about adding something in the mixture. It is a statistical method. So you can apply statistical method. Mechanics in the entangled state. Lot of methods can be obtained for quantum mechanics, quantum statistical mechanics. There is a lot of methods that you can. Next, I think I will be see. I will just show. Next, LCD operator we have to define. Then let us speak to that. Yeah, you see. Suppose electron and positron is there. When positron goes to this Raman slab, in another system down, then electron goes to Suraj slab, in another system down. Even though they are at party. You see, this is the, you see, when the measurement is done, wave function collapse. Wave function collapse. You see, number of qubit 1. Scale possibility 0, 1, and 2. Number of qubit 2. Possibility 4. Power 4. Number of qubit 3. Possibility 8. Number of qubit L. Possibility 2 to the power n. Look, a 100 qubit quantum computer is more powerful than 4. If only 100, it is more powerful than, and when it is any 500, it's of what will happen. It is equivalent to all computing power of the is more powerful than all computers of the world connected. You can develop a entanglement system with n is equal to 500. It will be more powerful than all computers. But just as per the literature, I will not say. But it will be more powerful. It will be more powerful. Next. It is there, which you cannot think of in classically. It can take years together in classically. You can do within a day or within a fraction of an hour. So they have prediction. They have prediction. If we go accordingly, then this is also I will say. Yes. Okay. Now what you see is that in quantum mechanically, this is a state. Even I made a combined slide. Tomorrow I have a lecture in the department. I am not telling they are talented, but they have taken amazing quantum mechanics. So for them, this is the, so it is a combined slide. That is why these are not for the beginners, and it is ket bra notation. It is eigen state, and this is ket first one bra, and ket bra are the complex conjugate of each other. Complex conjugate, and this eigen state can be written in a matrix form, and this is what is called ket 0. Bra 0 plus ket 1, bra 1 into unitary. Fractal element is 1. And you know quantum gate, classical gate, OR gate, and NOT gate. So one is sum of 2 into, if it is OR gate, what you get, and you know the truth theorem. But which gate very essential, classical NOT gate. So what classical NOT gate will do, if it is X, it will make it minus. It will just inverter. It is just a OR gate and AND gate are addition and multiplication. But what the NOT gate do, it is just a inverter. Just a inverter. So I tendency show you there is a source of electronics people. Those who are very expert in gate, classical gate, they have a scope. This is not only computer scientists, only physics. All transfer to material science is also involved. So this is what is called. And this is what is called the quantum circuit. In quantum circuit, what happens? Your unitary transformation is represented by a matrix. Okay. And U1 is a matrix and U2 is a matrix. Then we will get 2 to the power n into 2 to the power n operation can be done. You know, in ordinary case, what happens? There is transistor and Y in the gate and T. But in quantum gate, your transistor will be replaced by R. The only difference between the classical gate and quantum gate. In classical gate, there are Y, transistor, and T. When in quantum gate, what happens? they will be replaced by vector or metric. So, and all the metrics are unique. All the metrics are unique. That means physics remains same. Only form will be different. Only. So there are as many particles, as many different quantum states, as many different quantum. That is what is called N. This is called the Hadamard gate. Quantum gate is known as the Hadamard gate. Next. This is two control. One is the Hadamard gate. What is control not gate? Not gate, control not gate, control not gate. Is called the Copley gate. So Copley gate, Hadamard gate are the quantum. And classical gate, you know, from your electronic side. NOR gate, ON gate. So corresponding classical gate and quantum. Classical circuit and quantum. Classical beat and quantum. It is just an combination. Power ferret. You know there are two things. One is source, another is broker. I have already given you hint in 5 minutes. Next. Database. But classically, if it is N root, but mechanically it is the square root. There's 100 database. Classically, if you average N by 2 or N, whereas quantum mechanically you can take root over. Similarly, this is unsorted database. Find the name of the person whose phone number is this. So you have to do at least N by 2 QB. That's the example what I have given. N by 2 QB. But quantum mechanically you will do root over next. Quantum mechanically you can do with root over. Similarly, there is a traveling salesman problem. Suppose there are 30 cities and they are connected. All the cities are connected to each other. Suppose a salesman visit from one city to other. You give some country. You have to visit all the cities. In between the two cities, the distance traveled is less than some value you give. Distance must be less than k. What are the possible ways you can visit? So that you can touch. Because a salesman will visit all the cities. You can touch all the cities with distance between the two cities, this amount. K value you have to fix. Number of cities you have to fix. But you have to touch all the cities with this one. I think it is a very difficult problem for us. If the number of cities will increase, difficulty will increase. If the distance between two cities decrease, difficulty will increase. So, one city covering salesman wants to advertise his product. So one day one city, but the distance between these two cities must be K has to be fixed. Number of cities. So if there are n cities, there are n minus 2 exit connectivity. If you take one city, connect, suppose there are 21 cities. You take one city reference and connect all of the cities. And then you got 20. N minus 1 at the immediate. That 20 K. It is a very, very complex problem. It will take months to get for a classical problem. The quantum computer will directly solve it. So you go from the Bombay to Delhi, he will give out the solve. He may give also in the probabilistic manner, 3 to 4 attempts he can do. And he can solve the problem. May not be simplest, but it will be simple. Okay. Factorization. As you say, multiplication 2 numbers, 3 digit, 4 digit is very easy. 2 digit, 3 digit number, if you multiply, manually you can multiply or calculator multiply. But if I give a 6 digit, 7 digit number, I can tell you, easily factorize. It is very difficult. Even for factorizing 50, which is a small example. This is the 11th theory. For factorizing, next. You see, factorizing 50 will come to 3 into 5. If you create 15 is a small number, you can do mentally. But for doing that, we need such type of. That is same applicable. If it is applicable to 15, it is also 6-digit number. So, iteration is a very important problem. When it got 2,400, 3,420. I will tell you, key factor. It's not so, and it can do. Can live. And yes, summary. Quantum computer is basic test summary activity. Quantum computer is basically that perform calculation based on law of permutation and computerized and quantum computer used to be superposition entanglement and main building block of the quantum computing and property speed of the quantum computer exponentially. It will be exponentially high, not linearly. And every time we are need double the computation power of quantum computer. More you add qubit to the system, computation power will be. So, except the hardcore method, I tangentially touch the lucidity physics behind it. Hardcore method. It was completed for a cost of tomorrow. Then I will hardcore. Because they know statistical mechanics, they know quantum mechanics. So that is why it is the pedagogical. It is a management, it is not a science. If I want to keep to the level of understanding quantum mechanics in close, the approach will be different. If understanding quantum mechanics in close to, approach will be different. Similarly, computational part, so other part we are strong, computational part also we are weak. So at what stage you are in quantum mechanics, at what stage you are in computational state. Both combined together, there is an heterogeneous mixture. So, this type of workshop, there is a heterogeneous mixture between different homogeneous mixture is easy to teach.
Thank you sir, for your nice talk. So you have enlightened us. Actually, you have shown the path that how to start in this new field, quantum computing, and you have shown that relationship between the physics and mathematics. So this is the starting point for everyone, and we got a lot of interest in this field. Getting you here with huge experience. So we are very lucky. Thank you, sir. So just we will give a token of memento actually to our beloved sir for your nice talk. So Sumanta sir will hand it over to sir. Please sir, come over here. Yes. So please, a big applause for. Thank you, sir. Okay. So, online participants, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
I think you have also got a knowledge on basically the quantum computing. So today, sir actually gave us the idea, mainly the quantum physics and bit introduction of the mathematics. Tomorrow we are having a physical lecture. all the participants who are here physically, please, you are requested to present tomorrow also. We are having Professor Poti sir from Mathematics Department. He will be enlightening you the mathematics part, because whatever you have been taught today, the concept, physics and all. So how the mathematics will be used for implementing all the details like quantum gate, whatever I said. Okay, the basic linear algebra and all that will be taught by Prati sir tomorrow. So request you all to come over here and attend that in person, so that you will be getting more knowledge. And further, we are having the application of quantum computing in later sessions. So altogether, this will be a good short-term course for all of us. Okay. So thank you for your present. Thank you. So, from online participants, if you are having any question, you can ask.
No, sir. Question is there is no question, but there is a request to please provide the recorded video and PPT for further reference, sir.
Yeah. That is actually I'm doing. I'm recording it. At the same time, I'll be collecting all the PPTs and materials provided by the experts, and I'll be creating one Google Doc there, Google Drive. There you can be accessing all the materials. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you. So today we wrap up here.
Sir, thank
Thanks again.